What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be going through and doing a couple of different things. This is my 94 hardtop. Bought this thing from the original owner about 2 years ago. It's got a little over 70,000 miles on it right now. But today we have her first ever modification. Check this out. So this right here is a steering wheel from a 1998 Toyota Supra. This thing, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but this thing is like brand new. I mean, it looks absolutely perfect. Huge shout out to my buddy Chris. He is the one that hooked us up with this wheel, and I'm stoked. This is definitely a great way to go and kind of break in the car, get the first mod and everything like that done. I know it's small. I personally prefer the 3-spoke wheels over the 4-spoke. Just, I don't know, they look more up to date. They feel better in your hand. They're lighter. They're a lot lighter, actually. If anybody's swapped steering wheels, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so we're going to go and do that on the hardtop car. And on the turbo car, we got a couple of different things that we're doing. First and foremost, we're going to go through and replace the hood insulator on this guy today. The part number for the hood insulator is this guy right here. You got 53341-14110. I also went ahead and picked up a Firewall Insulator for this car just because the one that's on it is pretty roached. The part number for that is 55223-14040. I'll go ahead and put those part numbers in the description. I got them from my buddy Dave up at Oakland Toyota up in Chicago. So if you guys need any Supra related parts specifically, or just even any other parts for Toyotas or anything like that, feel free to hit him up. I'll put a link to their website and stuff in there. Just call, ask for Dave. Tell him you need some Supra parts, and he'll get you hooked up. I also picked up a new clutch master kit for this car. So we got this guy we're going to be throwing in there too. Now the reason we're replacing the clutch master on this guy is honestly just because it's super hard to go into press. The master cylinder that's on there right now is a 3/4 bore. The new one is 7/10. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, the bigger one should go and displace more fluid, so that should make it easier to go into press. So Nick, you went the wrong way, you should have gone up, right? I'm going to try to explain this as best as I possibly can and as simply as I possibly can. But basically, when you have a larger bore and you're trying to go and displace fluid at a certain pressure, it's going to require a lot more effort when the bore is larger versus when the bore is smaller. It's kind of like a hose. If you have a hose and you turn the water all the way on, it really doesn't go very far, okay? You move a large volume of water, but at a very low pressure. Whereas when you go put your thumb over the opening, you're moving the same volume of water at a much higher pressure, and it goes a lot greater distance. So by stepping down our clutch master size and going from 3/4 to 7/10, we're actually decreasing the amount of effort required to go into press the clutch pedal while either retaining or possibly even increasing the clutch pedal pressure. Let's get to it. All right, so we got the old one off. As you can see here, I mean, it's pretty roached. Like, you got this nice little punch out here. When the coolant line exploded off the back of the block, I mean, you got all this coolant residue and stuff like that up here. It just looks really nasty. One little quick pro tip: if you pull the seal off and you literally just tug it, then that makes it a lot easier too, because otherwise you got to try to loop it on the back there where it's got a couple of hooks, loop it back there, and then try to shove it up under there. It just kind of looks tacky. So pull the seal off, that helps out too. And this here is basically what you're looking at. So this hole right here goes and bolts up to the back side of the pedal assembly. You just throw a pin through there and then throw a cotter pin on the other side. So this right here is basically what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about adjusting the throw of the clutch pedal, basically how far out or how far in you want it to be. All you got to do is loosen up that jam nut, and then if you wanted to have it be closer to the floor, for example, you just turn it in a couple turns. If you wanted to be farther away from the floor, turn it out a couple turns. And then once you got your adjustment to where you want it, in regards to kind of the distance from the floor, lock that back in, tighten it down, and you're all set. And there you have it. New one's ready to drop in. You just got to go and slide it over the studs, throw the nuts on, put the new reservoir on, hook it up, and then bleed the system, connect the back side of the pedal. We're good to go. Now before I go tightening any of these down, I am going to go and connect the pedal side really quick. That's basically what we're looking at. We already got it tightened down, so now all I need to do is go and throw a cotter pin in this little hole right here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do that really quick, and then we'll be able to go and tighten those down. Okay, this is going to be, if you can see this here is our pedal stop. Basically all I did for that, normally in this hole, is the clutch safety switch. I just took the switch out, put a bolt right here, put 2 nuts on the front of it to lock it in place, and then there's 1 more nut on the back of it. And then this part right here on the pedal just goes and hits that bolt, and that is what keeps us from overstroking the clutch. Alright guys, so I was not going to include this originally, then I kind of got to thinking about it and figured maybe somebody somewhere might benefit from kind of learning something here. So this is how to bleed the clutch on your Toyota Supra. First thing it's always good to do, come up here, crack that open a little bit. I do the vacuum bleeder method, so this is super easy. Literally plug this on here, give that thing a few pumps, and then come on the back side here and open up our little bleeder screw. Yeah, we got a lot of air in there. So I usually go and pump it up to about 15 or so PSI, and then let it bleed down to about 5. That's about halfway down. If you look right there. Now keep in mind the car is up at an angle, so it's probably a little bit higher than that, but we're gonna go ahead and bleed it a few more times. I don't feel any leaks or anything like that down there, so we'll just keep bleeding. All right, so we just wrapped up bleeding the clutch. I got the pedal and everything like that adjusted, and I gotta say, this thing requires probably 2/3, roughly, of the amount of force that the old one did to go and depress the clutch and actually go and get the plates and everything like that to engage. So I couldn't be more thrilled. That's fantastic. I mean, if anything, maybe I should have gone with the a slightly smaller unit, but travel and everything like that's good to go. It's a heck of a lot easier to go and depress and actually engage. Once it stops raining, we need to go take this thing for a spin and test this thing out for real. Coming on over here to this filthy guy. First thing you want to do, 100% important, especially when you're fiddling with the airbag system, disconnect the battery. Always, always, always disconnect the battery. If you look right here, you got this little cover. We're going to go and pop that off, and then there's one on the other side too, over by the cruise control. Alright, so if you take an awl right here, and you use this hook side, basically what you're going to do, see if I can come over here and actually have you guys see this. Come over here, hook this, and kind of pry a little bit. That part pops off. Same thing right over here. Boom. And then pop that off like this. And this bolt right up here, that's what we're going for to go and pull the airbag off. So when you're popping the wheel off, this is what I was talking about. This is why you need the scribe. Okay? You take this and you're basically going to go and put this thing right down in here and just kind of peel back. Right like that. And then it goes and pops out, and you can go and just like pop the cover the rest of the way off. Makes it a lot easier. I was trying to show that earlier, but it didn't quite work out. It's a lot easier to see with the wheel off, just because you can kind of tell, you get these little kind of cutouts and stuff, and that way you don't need to go and pull down the steering column and all that other stuff. You just go and grab a scribe, pop that off, and you're on your way. There you go. This right here is the bolt we're looking for. This is a T27. It's a little 1/4-inch drive guy. After you break it loose, there's not a whole lot of force on it, and then you should be able to go and spin it out. There is a built-in retainer piece that I'll show you guys here in a second on the back side of this. So you're not going to be able to pull the bolt all the way out. It is going to go and stay in place, and you're going to kind of have to pry on it a little bit with a flathead or something to go and release the airbag. There we go. So we got our puller hooked up here. For these 2 bolts here, you just need to go and get them hand tight. You don't need to go and like crank down on them or anything like that. And other than that, the one that I'm using here is a 14mm. So we just have that hooked up and kind of holding the wheel with my knee. And yeah, there you go. Just a little bit of effort and it popped right off. Alright, so now that we got this thing pulled off of here, we already got our airbag disconnected, obviously. Next thing is to go and disengage the horn and cruise control switch, which is this one right here. And then, just like that, the old wheel is off. So we just got the airbag separated from the new wheel. All right, now one thing you'll notice is that this is the lip thing I was talking about. I guess it's on the new wheel, not the old one. But if you look right here, there's a little lip on there, and these things like to kind of hold on and not actually let you pull the airbag off. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. Moreover, when you go to put it back on, if you don't get this thing snapped in here, which I'm trying to do one-handed, then it doesn't like to let you get the airbag back in either, which is a little silly. But there you go, that one went in. But anyway, there we go. Alright, so now that we got both those things recessed, this switch is going to be this plug right here is going to be the same. This is going to be the only part of the equation that's going to be different, going from the 93 to 97 to the 98 style steering wheel. Alright, so now that we got this flipped up, I should just be able to go and come in here. This thing will click in like this, lock it in, and then this goes and sits around like that, and then this will go and plug into the new airbag. Alright, so now we got this set up just like the other one that you saw pull off. You got the clock spring set to where this is at 12 o'clock. This is all connected. That's connected to our wheel, so we got horn signal. And this thing, basically your best bet with these, and I did this on the turbo car too, just kind of smush it down in here a little bit. That is that. Now on here, on this one, these are super easy to get access to because this is right there, and then the same spot on the other side. Boom. There's our finished product. I gotta say, that looks so much better. I was a little on the fence about putting this wheel on here just because A, I really didn't want to go and modify the car, at least not right now, and B, the wheel was just like 10/10 perfect. This thing looks like it's brand new. I know the video probably doesn't do it justice, but it's seriously, it looks amazing. So, but wow, dude, first mod for this thing, for the 94. I know it's not wheels and tires, I know it's not a turbo motor, anything like that, but this is a nice touch. I like this a lot. This looks fantastic. So, I mean, this looks, oh, that is beautiful. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you learned anything, also give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section below. I do have a couple other things we need to go and get knocked out before Street Car Takeover, but that is going to take care of the heavy lifting. I mean, realistically speaking, between the clutch master and the hood insulator on the turbo car, I think we're good to go. The NA car isn't going to be going anywhere. I mean, it needs brakes, it needs shocks, I need to get the radio figured out, and the plates are expired, so that one's going to stay parked, but at least it's got a nice cool steering wheel. So anyway, other than that, if you guys see me out at Street Car Takeover Indianapolis, be sure to swing by and say hi. Last thing, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. There will be a lot more stuff coming. We do have some really cool stuff cooking up for next year that I'm really excited about to go and share with you guys. And that'll be coming here, obviously, down the road. So don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell notification icon right next to it. Other than that, I will see y'all very soon in the next video. Catch you next time.